Pam Keller.
Good evening, Mayor and Council
Evening.
members. My name is Pam Keller, and I'm a former City Council member for the City of Fullerton, Mayor Pro Tem, and a League of California Cities Orange County Division board member colleague of Councilmember Amante. Councilmember Amante, I reviewed the streaming video from the April 17th Tustin City Council meeting and see there was a discussion on the dais between you and Councilmember Gavello. You challenged her publicly to produce the elected official who had a conversation about her with you. You asked that the person come to your dais to discuss the matter, and here I am. Councilmember Amante, you know that I always stand up for what I believe in, and I'm a straight shooter when I speak. I believe you've always been respectful of my opinion, whether you agree with it or not, which most often you did not. We've always had a civil, professional relationship, despite our political differences. I'm here because I am that person that spoke to you about Councilwoman Gavello, and I would like to share the story with the public just as you requested. I will admit, it feels awkward to talk politics across the dais. Generally, I believe the dais is best used to conduct city business. However, since I was invited to speak on the subject, I will gladly oblige. Let's go back to the elections of 2008. Deborah Gavello, then private citizen, contacted me and asked for advice on campaigning, city policy, and other pertinent issues, as is often done during elections. I shared information with her and chatted a few times by telephone and started to get to know her. We became friends. At the same time, I was on the board at the League of Cities, LOC, with you, Councilmember Amante. At one point during the election campaign, I saw some nasty hit pieces come out against Deborah, and I remember commenting to you in a half-joking manner, "Leave my girl alone." You responded by saying, "Oh, Pam, it's just politics." All true. I lived it myself during my election, so I understood. Obviously, Ms. Gavello won the election. A few days later, I invited her to the League of City dinner so that she could start to meet other elected officials around the county. I saw you across the room and thought this would be a good time to put these election politics aside and bring two new council colleagues together. I pride myself on working to bridge gaps and bring people together, and I thought I could be successful in helping you two get off on the right foot. After all, I was a kindergarten teacher for years and have handled bigger spats than this one. I approached you, and please forgive me for paraphrasing these words, since this was 4 years ago, and I didn't have a tape recorder handy, but my memory of this day is as clear as crystal. I said, "Okay, now that the election is over, it's time to stop the politics and learn to work with your newest council member. Go out for coffee, get to know each other a little better." Your answer was a loud no. Not one to be discouraged, and you know that, Mr. Amante. I added, you owe it to your citizens to try to work together and work with your other council members. City business can't get done well if the council members won't even try to work together. At that point, you became very angry and started on a tirade. Basically, you said you would not work with her, that you would put her in the corner of the dais and she can sit there for 4 years getting 4-1 and do nothing the entire time she was on this council. It was a much longer tirade, Jerry, but I can still remember. I can't remember all those words. I was literally shaking when you were finished, and you know I don't scare easily. Councilmember Amante, you've never spoken to me in that manner before or after, and I frankly would not like to have that sort of interaction with you again. I returned to my table where Councilmember-elect Gavello and former mayor of Huntington Beach, Debbie Cook, were sitting, and I told them both, well, that didn't work out very well. I turned to Ms. Gavello and I said, he hates you, and you might as well try working with your other colleagues because he isn't budging. I know Ms. Gavello was disappointed. The joy of winning an election and the ability to serve the public was very fresh. I frankly was disappointed too, because I thought you were a better man than that. You see, your comments I watched on that video from April 17th, 2012, over 3 years after this encounter, speaking as how you won't meet with her because you do not think she served the public well, and you don't think she's serious about public policy, ring very false to my ears. Councilmember Amonte, you won't meet with her because of some political transgression you feel she made while campaigning. And even though what happens during the campaign is just politics to you, you couldn't or wouldn't ever get beyond that to even try to understand why Ms. Gavillo is here and learn what she has to offer. You never, ever gave her a chance. I have watched several of your interactions over the 4 years, and I will agree that you, Mr. Amonte, have been a bully. Since I know you as a colleague who has passion, good work ethic, and a knowledge to work on public policy across the state, I'm severely disappointed that you would let down the citizens of Tustin by being a schoolyard bully instead of the grown-up, professional man you should be. Thank you, Mr. Amonte, for your invitation this evening. I hope I've refreshed your memory and answered all of your questions. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Please, let's not have outbursts here. Thank you.